Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hut's F1 Gaming League. Apologies for the fact that we've waited 2 weeks instead of 1 week for this one. Unfortunately, I was unavailable to stream last week. Oh, I need to turn that off. Yes, thank you. There we go. Anyway, you join us just seconds before we join into the... What? What the hell am I was about to make some sort of science fiction reference and then it vanished from my from my brain. Just it's typical, isn't it? But who knows, maybe no one would have understood it. Anyway, we are here at Miami for what is round, I want to say 5 of the championship. Might be 4, I don't remember. I think it's round 5 because I did miss a week. Could be round 4 though. I'm pretty hopeless with the numbers if I don't know these things. But oh well. Oh, thank you, controller, for disconnecting, even though you're a wired controller. Let's bring up all the necessary McGubbins. Get the track map. We only have 19 drivers with us today. There is a single AlphaTauri that is not racing. That is racing, or whatever. And that is ARX Biscuit. I think Sherlock has possibly had a game crash. Yes, AlphaTauri. Lots of people say AlphaTauri, but that's the name for the human race in Stargate. So I saw a few memes when this car was released. When they reviewed it back in February or whenever, and they had it coming out of that sort of circular portal, and it looked a lot like a Stargate. So it obviously had some sort of General Hammond saying, "Close the iris." Off-world activation. Close the iris. If you've never seen Stargate, it's great. So, you know, maybe try and find a way to watch it. It's a bit old now. It's from the 90s through to 2007, but it's really good. Oh, that's looking a bit strange. Looking into the distance, and the track turns into black. That is not good. Ooh, I mean, I can't. It could be the ground cover. Let me turn the ground cover to low. I think. Could be some. I don't know. Maybe it's shadows. Something's going wrong with my cameras. This didn't happen before. Ooh. Big Liam. We're not going to really talk about that much. Suffice to say, he and a few other people have left the league. Yeah. I'll say he poached them, and he then tried to poach me as Reese has crashed. That's an irritating sound bug again. Ooh. Yep. That's a rather embarrassing place to crash. Not really a place I would have expected anyone to be able to crash at. Anyway, who were we riding on with before? It was Biscuit. Where is Biscuit? He is on an out. Oh well, it doesn't matter. He's invalidated the lap, so he won't be catching this one. What is going on with the cameras? I'm trying to figure this out. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do this on the fly here. I'm trying to. This issue has not made itself known and before today. Let's send a few of these down. Oh. Maybe this will help. We'll see who's going down that main road. That's not looking much better. That looks like shadows. I can only really apologize for this. Unfortunately, I don't have the greatest PC around. That's not helping either. Turn that to medium, maybe. Ambient occlusion, turn that off. And it's the only thing I can think of. There's McLaren's. Does that look any better? No, I think this is just a bug with the track, maybe. So we're gonna have to contend with this rather irritating issue. I don't think there's anything I can do. But then again, I've not seen anyone else. I don't know. It looks fine everywhere else. It's just the replay cameras, so I think it's a track-specific issue here. So we're just gonna have to contend with that, unless someone can tell me if there is indeed a way to fix it, or if my PC is just not good enough. Anyway, we're riding with Lasso here. Is he going to lasso himself onto pole position? Who knows? There's 12 minutes and 33 seconds left to go. As he goes down the first of these straights into what would be the first proper second proper overtaking zone on the track, wouldn't it? Because turn 1 is also a overtaking zone, as Goshan has gone P1, provisional pole. Not too far ahead of Tom Fifi in the Mercedes. Going through this rather tricky little section underneath the highway, or whatever it's called. God, that's so irritating. I hate that. Just gotta live with it. I think it's just this track. It didn't do it with any of the other ones. Anyway, heading into turn 17? I don't remember. And towards the pit lane. Well, in fact, he is going into the pit lane. I didn't mean that. I jinxed it. No. Maybe Lasso felt he didn't have a good lap there. Or wasn't having a good lap. Big Six and TomTom are in the pits. Miracuda Jabber hasn't set a lap time yet. He's waiting for McLaren to go past. A-Lord on a flying lap here, so we'll ride with the Alfa Romeo. Through the tricky section. Why is my controller vibrating? That's something I've noticed with the last patch, actually. My controller has started vibrating whilst watching other people on the replay camera like this, which is not good. That shouldn't be happening. Yeah, controller, stop. Oh, no. Just more bugs. I swear, they release more bugs with every patch than fixes. As A-Lord has gone 129.5. Okay, you know what? No. I think I can turn the vibration off. I don't want to. Vibration. I need to remember to turn that back on. It's still doing it. What? You turn off the vibration and it's still vibrating. Listen to that. I don't know if you can hear that. It's stupid. I've turned off the vibration. It's still vibrating. Cody's, please fix. Get rid of the supercars while you're at it too. Nobody asked for those. Car number 19, Gruffle Brewer. Brewer. Brewer? I don't know. I've always just been calling him Gruffle. He's on a flying lap here as he's making his way past Biscuit. Maybe he felt he was a bit compromised there. He doesn't have a lot of energy left, so maybe he's gone for 2 flying laps here, and yeah, he's not pushing actually, so... Miracuda is pushing. Oh, goes a bit wide, but he doesn't get his lap time invalidated. Currently, Miracuda and Big Jabber in positions rather fitting of Williams, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure we all hoped they would be a bit higher up after last year, but nope. Currently the worst team on the grid again. POV. No, not the race director, please. Simulation settings. I turned off the vibration. It still just wants to vibrate. I mean, I could turn all those down, but I don't think it would work. Because, I mean, turning it off is what's meant to, you know, make it stop. I'm getting really irritated with this game. Which is irritating in and of itself, because I want to like this game. In fact, I do quite like it. I like the sounds. I like how good it looks, even though it's not on the best graphics. Oh, was that? I thought that was about to go around. But nope. Goshan flying again onto the first straight, the sort of almost back straight. This is back straight 1 and the other one's the back straight. The back straight boys. Yes. Heading into the hard braking zone now of turn 371. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? I think it's turn 9 actually, but whatever. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Through the rather irritating little chicane, which looked harder than it was going to be when I first saw this track. I was like, oh god, that's going to be horrific to drive, but no. It's a bit tricky, but not too bad, actually. At least it's not like how the Spain chicane was back in F1 2019. Now that was pain. Anyway, Goshan on his way to cross the finishing line again, and it looks like he's going to go a fair amount quicker. Yes! By 2.23 tenths is, I guess, a fair amount, so... Next up, it's going to be a McLaren. It's Lasso again, but this time he's not actually been pushing. There's another... a Mercedes. Oh, that's Big Six. He's had an incident somewhere and he's lost his front wing. Oh, Groffle has had a crash, I think. Yes. Not sure how he's done that, but Groffle is out. So, let's see if Miracuda and Big Jabber can improve and go, well, get above of him. Ahead of him, even. Meanwhile, the other Aston Martin is about to start his flying lap here. Sherlock is coming into the pit, as is Daniel99. Who's on a flying lap at the minute? Oh, Angel, A-Lord, he's going through Sector 1. In fact, I can't actually see the Sector 1 splits. The sector splits on the minimap anymore. What? I mean, A-Lord's not pushing, but that's unfortunate that I can't see the splits anymore. Maybe they just intersect with the DRS detection zones perfectly. I don't know. I mean, it's possible. I think actually maybe they are. I could just about see a little flash of white. Anyway, Biscuit, I think, is probably going here. See if he can improve that 129.9. He's 0.3 off of the next fastest driver, who is Lagand. Didn't catch what his Sector 1 time was, but we'll see what his Sector 2 time was. I think when he exits the tunnel. Ooh, a bit of a wobble on the exit of the... Oh, and he's actually invalidated his lap there, so that's not gone particularly well, and that's a shame. He was up 4.5 tenths as well. So that would have easily put him ahead of Lagand. Meanwhile, A-Lord is, I think, properly going for it now. He was on a cool-down lap or a warm-up lap or something. He's on a proper lap now. I don't know why this happens. I keep getting all backed up. All snotty whenever I do these streams. God, stop vibrating! This is infuriating. Anyway, A-Lord was slightly up in Sector 1, but not by much. Not even 0.5 tenth. Ooh. Going into the braking zone, can he improve? Well, we'll see. I don't know. This is really irritating and getting a lot of wheel spin too. Oh, there's a car that's gone round. I don't know who it is. It's possibly Miracuda or Jabba. Miracuda has improved, at least, so he is ahead of Groffle. So that may have been Jabba who has spun. In fact, we'll go take a look. Yes, indeed, it was Jabba. So he could have done without that. Oh, with A-Lord as he goes into essentially the final corner of the turn of the circuit. What's he going to do? It's a 128.9. That's 6 tenths faster than his previous best. That puts him P9 on the grid. Meanwhile, Lasso on his outlap, and Pookie not having a particularly good session here. He's only in 11th, however, he has just gone 1.5 tenths quicker through Sector 1. Currently P11, but if he can at least keep that 1.5 tenths, that should put him possibly into... Yeah, possibly into P8. Gee. Yeah. Gotta add this one to the bug reports. Controller vibrating in spectator camera. We've only got a minute left of the session, guys. As Pookie will be the first across the... Well, maybe the first across the... not quite. I'm getting all my words mixed up. We'll see where Pookie goes. He won't have another chance unless he goes for another flying lap. He doesn't have the battery for it. Hugs the inside. 1:28.7. He did get into P8 there. But he's still behind his teammate. A-Lord is making way for people. Miracuda, Big Jabba is in the pits. Jabba will not be setting a lap time here. Goshan has started another flying lap, as has TomTom. Isti will do in... He's got to within 15 seconds. Daniel has started his lap. He's 2 tenths down through Sector 1. Bubbly is on his flying lap right now. So who are we going to watch here? Who will be first across the line? Where is Daniel? Is he on a flying lap? No, he's invalidated now anyway. So Lagand is probably going to be the first across the line then. We'll have to see where he comes. However, he's almost 2 tenths down through Sector 2. So not having a great session here, Lagand. Have to see where he ends up as the time has ended. Daniel crosses the line. Angel is crossed the line. Miracuda and Jabba. Lagand cannot improve, though he does salvage the lap a little bit. Big Six will be next, but he's 2 tenths down as well. And is he going to pit? Yes, he is. As is Pookie. We've got Biscuit. Biscuit improves to P9. Sherlock improves. No, he does not. Goshan improves again, but not by much. Bubbly improves to P3. Where's the other Haas? That's Shankstar coming across the line. He's up to P6. Very decent attempt from Shankstar there. Quack, meanwhile, was not able to get above P10, even though he did improve by half a second. And Lasso is coming into the pits. So there's your grid. Goshan P1, TomTom Fifi in P2, Bubbly P3, Isti 104 P4, Daniel 99 P5, Shankstar P6, Angel P7, Lasso P8, Pookie P9, and Quack P10. Then we have Biscuit P11, Aylord P12, Sherlock P13, Lagand P14, Big Six P15, Miracuda P16, Groffle P17, Jabba P18, and Reese P19 and unclassified. Both of these guys are not classified. That's a bit irritating, I would imagine. Right. Sorry if you can hear munching noises, I'm just having a chocolate bar quickly. Okay then, so on to the formation lap. And Goshan leads them away. Maybe I shouldn't have had that chocolate bar, because now my mouth is just watering all the time. Ooh, I've just noticed that's a very strange strategy to start on for Goshan. Bring up the tyres. Oh, very strange strategies. Everyone going for the alternate, well, almost everyone anyway, going for the alternate strategy and starting on the hards. TomTom and Bubbly are going to start on the mediums, as is Shankstar. As is Pookie, doing the opposite of what he usually does. And Quack. So 5 out of 19 starting on the mediums. And the other 14 on the hards. So the mediums should get the better launch. We can see the predicted pit stop strategy for if you're starting on the hards. Reckons that it will go to lap 16 before we start seeing tyre changes. What a shame for Red Bull. They had Luca and Eddie driving for them. They were up there at the top, and now they're basically nowhere now. I can't say much about Reese's skills. I don't know him. I think this is the first time I've seen him race, so he might be a really good driver, and he just made a mistake. I know that Lagand isn't particularly quick. But yeah, Red Bull were fighting for race wins, and now they're fighting for nothing, basically. So, thanks, Liam. Thanks. Anyway, the race is about to get underway. 5 lights. It's lights out and away we go. And we don't have proper starting cameras still because the game is stupid. And Goshan leads into the turn 1, and in fact, Bubbly has got ahead of TomTom Fifi. I think we have had a bit of a crash at the bottom. Both of the Aston Martins at the bottom of the field. Oh, there's someone going around, I think. That's Isti! Oh no, after starting in such a high position, he finds himself down at the back of the field. It was a pretty good start for the two medium runners in the top 3. Bubbly did manage to get past TomTom, as we just saw. And so can they work together to try and catch up to Goshan, run him down, or whatever? Pookie is just trying to squeeze past his teammate. Is that going to work? No, he's going to have to hold off, I think. Oh, is it going to make... No. That was getting squeezed, that. Oh, I could feel that car sliding there. No thanks to my controller, which won't stop vibrating. Oh. Someone else has had an issue. I think Lagand has spun at the chicane or something. And Reese, to his credit, is up into 13th place. Let's take a look at the position changes. Yes, indeed, we've had it. Oh, in fact, A-Lord under threat from Miracuda on the exit of turn 17 or whatever. Miracuda might have a bit of a faster car in a straight line here. Is it going to make the dive? No, not quite. In fact, he goes a little bit wide, deep, whatever. Goshan has actually been overtaken by Bubbly. I think maybe he's made a mistake. Not entirely certain. Wasn't watching. Maybe I should have been. But now he finds himself in a the filling in a medium tire sandwich. And TomTom also gotta try and make his way past. Does he have the top line? The speed? No, he's gonna try and get past. He's got the inside. Is it gonna be enough? Can he squeeze Goshan? And I think he's gonna be able to hold on. Oh no, there's contact! And he gets spun round, and there's more contact down the field. And that is not TomTom out of the race, but that is, I think that's is that a safety car? No, it's a virtual safety car. Daniel has lost his front wing. Pookie now finds himself into P4. Goshan has somehow not lost his front wing, despite making contact with TomTom, though I guess it wasn't massive contact. And TomTom finds himself basically P last. Oh dear. Not his fault, however, and I think that will be investigated after the race. That means we have a Haas in P1. Oh, and Goshan making a bit of an error there, so that will probably be a warning. Pookie into P3 now that Biscuit and Daniel have had to pit for new front wings. Reach top 5 according to one of our members as, oh no, Tom has crashed. So that's been a rather ignominious race, and that's brought out a full safety car. Oh dear. So that was shaping up to be quite a nice battle, and then all it took was one... maybe it was a lock-up from Goshen. Spun Tom around. And that was it. At least that affords the ability for some of these drivers to be able to catch back up. There's not many of them have had particularly great starts. Daniel is down 13 positions after he had to pit for that new wing. Biscuit is down 6. Lagand is down 2. Isti down 10. So he's already gained a little bit back after spinning on lap 1. And Angel is down 4 positions as well. So, catching up to the safety car. Oh, God. Now remember, guys, try not to brake too hard or whatever. Try not to let anyone behind you pass, because the game has been known to just gift the position to the person behind because the person in front braked a little bit too hard, like what happened to me the other day. I braked too hard, someone went just 1 millimeter in front of me, and that suddenly the game decides, you know, that belongs to that guy right there who didn't earn that position. I hate this game sometimes. Oh, Daniel stopping again? Going for new tyres. Not sure that was the right call. I have to see how things go. He went back onto hard tyres. I think what he did was he went back onto his used set. Because that set of tyres has only done 2 laps, so they're now slightly fresher than the rest of the field. Except for Lagand's brand new mediums. In fact, he's just stopped now. I think. I don't know. Got to wait for these guys to catch up. Lagand and Daniel, who's still going through this twisty-turny bit. He's 21 seconds down. But of course it doesn't really matter. 44 seconds away from the leader. Oh! Sherlock has crashed. Or spun or something. And Lagand's coming in again? For hard tyres, I think. And that he's going to gain a position out of that by Sherlock having damaged his front wing. And I think Daniel is going to get another position. Yes, he's going to jump his teammate. So Sherlock kind of screwed himself there, and now he's down 5 positions from where he started. And Daniel now has 1 place less to make up on the restart. So, our current race leader is, I think for the first time in this series, is a Haas. And that's something I've not seen since the days of CRS Season 1, I think. When, yeah. Well, back when it was still CRT. When it was, Leonard and Gerwin driving around in the Haas, and they flattened the competition. And that was before I was commentating. That was when I was still trying to convince myself that I was in fact a great F1 car driver. But I'm not, so Anyway, Bubbly leading the way. I think this is one of the new drivers who has replaced some of the others who were poached. Got to lead the pack away using the default number 2, and I think he's gone for it now. Indeed he has, and he's got 7/10 to Goshan already. In fact, Goshan caught napping. Very much so. Oh, and in fact he goes round. I think he's just been hit by Pookie, so that's a bit of karma on his end. And now he's got a lot of work to do. Oh, that was Jabber going sideways. No, Miracuda even. Going Tokyo Drift in Williams. And now we've got 2 Alfa Romeos into the top 6. And Bubbly taking off. 2 seconds ahead of Pookie already. But that gap actually falling a little bit. And obviously that's because Pookie is on the softer tyres. So he does have a bit more grip through the corners. But that won't last as long as Isti manages to get back up into P11. Bit of jockeying going on down the field. Big Six has either pitted or made a mistake or something. We'll take a brief look at the pit stops. He's made a pit stop, so maybe he picked up damage somewhere. Pookie actually losing some time through sector 2, but gaining it on the straights a little bit. I think he does have a bit more straight line speed compared to the Haas, but at the minute, not got a lot to show for. And that's your gap. Oh, in fact, we've got a bit of a fight developing behind. Quack is going to try and make a move on Lasso here. Can he make the move into turn 1? No, he can't. Oh, there's been another crash. And that's Sherlock. He's made a mistake. He hasn't lost his front wing or anything. Lasso falling off of his teammate and now under threat from Quack and the Alfa Romeo, who is under pressure from Shankstar and the other Haas and A-Lord, his teammate. I don't think we have DRS just yet. We'll see. Look back, and no, we don't. Sherlock has retired after he's crashed, and we have another safety car. How do you crash there? I think what he's done is he's turned in too tightly and hit the wall on the inside of 1, 2, 3, turn 4, I think. So it looked like he had damage on the left side of his car, so I think he's clonked the inside wall at turn 4. 6, 7, 8? I don't know. 9, 10. Well, 2 retirements. Oh, Bubbly, last minute, deciding to jump into the pits. Gotta exchange his medium tyres. Medium tyres for hards, I would imagine. And that's allowing a few people to get past, and now that's Lasso into the lead of the race, but that's not effective lead of the race. Oh, Gruffle going around on the exit. That's those cold tyres. Those are killers. Isti has come out of the pits just behind him. He's gone through the pits again? No, I don't think so. No, that's his first stop. Oh, Groffle wasn't coming out of the pits. He just lost it on his own. Meanwhile, Reese is definitely on for a top 5 of sorts. The top 5 if you turn the list upside down and make 20th the top of the list. So, yeah, he's top 5 in that regard. They're at the he's probably not had a great race here. He is up 4 positions, but we'll have to see what he can do. Certainly, at the minute, not looking like he could get that top 5. So Goshan, now in 3rd place, he didn't pit. Oh, Jabba picks up a penalty. Let me guess, because he had a... with Bubbly? Hey? How did Jabba and Bubbly crash into each other? What? I do see that Bubbly is missing an end plate there. And in fact, Bubbly is having to pit. So that's Bubbly's race absolutely ruined. And he's also got a 5-second penalty he's going to have to serve. I don't know if it will serve it here in the pit stop right now. Oh, it will. So, there we go. Bubbly, after having an amazing start and leading for a little bit, now has his race ruined because somehow he crashed into someone who was miles ahead of him. I don't understand what happened there. So I think what that does now is that has essentially I think that's kind of actually put Daniel in the lead, in a way, effective lead. But his tyres are a few laps old now. And Pookie's on fresher rubber, so... I mean, who hasn't made pit stops yet? Actually, Biscuit is technically in the effective lead of the race. Because the top 6 drivers at the minute will still need to pit. That's Jabba, Angel, Miracuda, Goshan, Alord, and Lasso. When is the safety car going to come back in? Oh, speak of the devil. So Lasso will lead the pack away. Will he be able to catch the pack off guard like Bubbly was? Well, we'll see. Just wait for that Ferrari-sounding Mercedes to head off into the pit lane. Oh, and I don't think Lasso is having a great restart there, and in fact I think that's putting him under threat from Alord, who probably is not going to be able to make the move there. Goshan gets a bit of a wobble. Fortunately, he doesn't go too deep. And Jabba, I think, has spun. There's actually a massive gulf. I think what's... Oh no! There's a massive crash! Pookie has been spun around, as has Quack. What is going on here? Yeah, there's all kinds of shenanigans going on. Something has happened to Jabba. And he's proving to be a bit of a rolling roadblock. And that's ruined a few races here. Oh no! And another car's gone round. That was Biscuit. Oh, and there's lots of cooked tyres. Bubbly is now up into 13th. What can he do from this position? We've got a bit of a massive battle going on here. Oh, there's like more collisions. Bubbly goes in too deep and he has to evade. And that's kind of ruined someone else's race there. I think he hit Lagand? I'm not sure. Who was it? Yes, it was Lagand. I think he compromised there. Could have been Reese, who is into 10th now. Daniel up into P6. He is now in effective lead of the race, as everyone ahead of him has not pitted. Oh, and there's been a mistake up ahead from Angel. And that has now promoted Daniel into 5th place. Is Angel going to get put on a new front wing? I think so. Yes, he is. So he had to make that stop. Now, Goshan is the one making moves on A-Lord. He's still on the hard tyres, but he still has to pit. There's been another spin that's lagged, who's gone round. Miracuda has had a disconnection, so he's going to be slow, but at least he'll be see-through. And that's going to allow Daniel to get up into P4 rather easily, I imagine. Goshan doesn't have the DRS just yet. We haven't had much DRS running in this race. The safety car has typically been called out before that can happen. In fact, I think we spent most of the race under safety car conditions. So that's not great. Goshan then, right behind A-Lord. Two very different calibers of driver. Goshan dumping his ERS. In fact, that's something I forgot to turn on, isn't it? There we go. He's used up a fair amount of his DRS. A bit of a lock-up. Maybe that's just the game. But a pretty nifty move on the inside of A-Lord. A-Lord has the inside, but he's not using his energy. So he's not... Actually, no, he was. So maybe he's just got a bit too much rear wing. He goes really deep into turn one. He overcooked it a bit, and I think that's going to cost him a chance at staying inside of DRS range, and in fact, it has. Shankstar now finds himself behind Isti, who is effective P2 in this race. Indeed. Shankstar effective P3. And Shankstar will get the DRS on this straight here. Main straight, back straight, whatever you want to call it. And there goes the DRS now. But he's used up a fair amount of his energy. He is actually flying compared to the Alpine, but he's not going to make the move just yet. He's used up a lot of his energy, actually, Shankstar, as Isti has a bit more to play with. A-Lord is actually going to be able to make a move again on the Goshan, but he's getting a lot of wheel spin. That's not helping his cause much. And Shankstar has actually not had a great Sector 3, so he's lost the DRS to Isti. What's his top speed like, though? Slightly faster, so he does have the straight line speed compared to Isti. But he just doesn't have the cornering capabilities, the downforce. Meanwhile, Big Six under threat. Miracuda, I think, has come back. Shankstar's at the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, actually. 132.004. Pardon me. A-Lord, meanwhile... Oh, we've had a mistake. Daniel has gone around. Oh, no, that's gone rather badly wrong for Daniel. So that has now promoted Shankstar into effective P2 of the race. And he'll get the DRS again, but he's using up so much of his energy, and Isti just isn't needing to. Isti has the pace through the corners that Shankstar does not, and in fact, Shankstar has used up perhaps too much of his energy, because now he's below 10%. Meanwhile, is A-Lord going to be able to make a move on Goshan here? Oh, not with an exit like that. Oh, he's getting a lot of wheel spin, and he's still going to get the DRS, but he can't keep having that chicane section like that, because that's going to keep harming his race here. Shankstar once again struggling through the twisty bits of Sector 2, and still not getting the DRS. He does have the pace down the back straight to get back inside that second, but he's just not got the pace through the corners to stay within that 1 second margin on the part where it counts. Bubbly, meanwhile, is back up into 7th place after a few more drivers have made pit stops and had errors. So Bubbly should at least get back into the points for this one. Oh, stream buffering. Nope, it's fine. So Shankstar, and it's not been a good lap from Shankstar there. He's falling out much too far out of a second. So at the minute, closest fight is Groffle against Reese, who is, to his credit, in the points. Groffle, however, has a penalty. I think that... Is that a 5 second? Yes, it's 5 seconds for BS reasons, probably. Can he make a move on the Red Bull? We shall see. Will he get a huge amount of wheel spin? Ooh, I don't know. Possibly. Jabber gets the second penalty for cutting corners too many times. And Groffle did not have a great exit. He had a bit of wheel spin, but he does get the DRS at least. Oh, and that is Pookie right behind Groffle there. And actually making a dive bomb into turn thingy-majig, and it's a bit of contact maybe. Oh, and Groffle just doesn't have the exit there, the traction. Pookie is absolutely flying. Trying to make up amends for that earlier. I don't know, I don't remember if it was his mistake, but oh no! There's been a crash up front! Lasso has gone round. That's promoted Goshan into the lead of the race, but he still needs to make that pit stop. What a shame. He's now at least right behind Shankstar, so he's not out of contention just yet. But we've got to remember he hasn't made a pit stop yet. Nor has A-Lord, nor has Goshan, who can now afford to fly off into the distance as much as he can. See what he can do on the final stint. Maybe he'll stretch these hard tyres as long as they'll go and try and whack on some softs towards the end. But we'll have to see, as these tyres are now 14 laps old. They're going to be feeling the heat by now. So, Isti, right behind A-Lord now. He's not going to be able to make the move into turn 1, or is he? No, he's going too deep. He's got a bit of a lock up there, I think. And Bubbly... Okay, yeah, Lasso has made a pit stop, so Bubbly actually getting past Big 6 there. So it's now a Haas 4-5. And Bubbly... He's flying too. Let's take a look at people's fastest laps here. Oh, I would. I'm looking at the wrong one. Fastest lap for Bubbly, 132.2. It's actually... could be better. Not as fast as Isti or Goshan, who have been absolutely flying for much of this race. And A-Lord getting passed by Isti there. So with the pit stops, that means that Isti is in effective lead of the race. And A-Lord just not getting that chicane right at all. And his car just doesn't seem to be set up quite right. And maybe he's just dumping the power too early. He needs to be a bit more gentle with that throttle. Oh, Groffle's crashed. Oh, and that's a safety car, and that has actually fallen in Goshan's favour. However, Isti's going to pit now. So Goshan gonna pit. Groffle may have just given Goshan the lead of the race here. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, there we go. Game being strange. So everyone is pitting. Isti had to serve that penalty. So after all that, Goshan is now essentially in the lead of the race. Because Shankstar is on 9-lap-old hards. So thanks, Groffle, you just gave Goshan the win. He'll be sending you a card and a thank you letter in 2 days, I imagine. However, Goshan will probably have a pending investigation. He may get a post-race penalty, given that collision with Tom Tom he had earlier in the race. So he may cross the finish line first, but he may lose that position. Pookie didn't stop for new tyres, so Pookie is in a Charles Leclerc situation, as is Shankstar, on aged hard tyres against cars on much fresher rubber. I don't see this going particularly well for Shankstar and Pookie. Bubbly's also on fairly fresh tyres, but he's put on hard tyres. Maybe he didn't have any sets of mediums left. Reese is being adventurous. He's gone on softs. I don't think they're going to last the 12 laps until the end, but, well, we'll see. He'll be mighty quick to start off with, but not so quick after a few laps. Oh, and he's diving into the pits. Both of the Red Bulls diving into the pits. Maybe Reese didn't mean to go into these tyres. Or maybe he's listening to the stream and decided, actually, you know what, maybe I shouldn't be on these. Well, he's just picked up a self-imposed penalty by pitting immediately after his teammate. And he's lobbing on a set of hards. 7-lap-old hard tyres. I think those soft tyres were the only new tyres he had left. So we've got a bit of a mixed-up race ahead of us. Oh, controller, don't do that. Don't do that, you silly thing. Anyway, so Shankstar leads, but I reckon after just a few corners, it's going to be Goshan who leads. Wouldn't be surprised. Listen to that rubbish car engine in that Mercedes. It looks amazing, and it looks like it should sound amazing, but it sounds like a wet fart. If I wanted a car that sounded like a Ferrari, I'd get a Ferrari. I wonder if it will come to Forza. Maybe I'll be able to swap a proper V8 into it. Anyway, safety car in this lap, and it's a race against time for Shankstar. How long will he be able to hold on against the onslaught of the medium tyre runners and the controllers being a dick again and have lost control of the camera because it's decided, you nudged the cable 5 microns. Ugh. Take it out again. Plug it back in again, if it would let me. There we go. And Goshan, yeah, those fresh mediums. Definitely, oh, Angel's had a crash now. Don't think that's going to be safety car. No, he's able to keep going. And Goshan using up his energy. Shankstar using a bit more of it. He does have a bit of straight line speed. We do know this, but he just won't have the grip through the corners. Not just because his tyres are old, also because he doesn't have the downforce for it. And Goshan going to be able to make the move here very soon, I think. Maybe not into the chicane, maybe not out of it, but definitely, I reckon, into the penultimate corner. Getting a bit of wheel spin. And Shankstar weaving, trying to break the toe. But it's not going to work. And Goshan takes back the lead of the race. before the first restart lap is even over. A-Lord has also dispatched Pookie relatively easily, and Isti, oh, Pookie though, making a move on the inside, he's fighting back. A-Lord's got a little bit complacent, he has to fight back into turn 1, is he, oh, where's he going? No, he's not able to hold on. A-Lord, despite being on the fresher rubber, is now under threat from Isti. Has he maybe not heated his tyres enough? He's now lost 2 positions to cars on older, harder rubber. What is going on here? Maybe his mediums are too cold. But that's not something you really can afford to do. Losing positions to cars you know are going to be down on pace and having to use the energy to get back past them on the straight. Has A-Lord made the position stick this time? I think so. He won't have the DRS on Pookie. I think he's going to have to wait a little bit for this. We do know, though, that he does have some wheel spin issues. So he doesn't have great traction out of this corner. You can hear the engine just dumping its power. I think he's just being a bit too manhandling on the throttle. And all this is allowing Goshan to do is just run off into the distance. A-Lord, he's used up too much of his energy. He's used up all of his energy trying to get past Pookie, and now that's actually going to put him at threat from Pookie again, who has plenty of energy to spare. And he's going to have energy down. Oh, that's Bubbly making a move on Isti. What a move. I don't think Bubbly's going to be able to make the move stick, but there's Lasso in McLaren behind as Jabba has crashed at turn 1, and that's a virtual safety car. So not the full safety car, at least. Why can't I look at the... I don't know. Game being strange. So now Lagand has put on some fresh, soft tyres. So he should be rapid for the last few laps of the race, but he's got a bit of a mountain to climb. So, unfortunately, because the game is a bit naff, don't know when the VSC is going to end, but at the minute, Goshan has a bit of a healthy lead over Shankstar, who, to his credit, has been able to keep ahead of the guys behind, especially the ahead of A-Lord, who you would imagine would be much faster. Oh, Lagan picks up a drive-through penalty. That's not smart. Oh, Lasso! Onto the pits. Okay, then. Pookie has actually made a move on A-Lord. He's been caught napping. What is going on to A-Lord here? As now Bubbly is going to make a move. What is going on with A-Lord? How has he got so little pace on these new tyres? Bubbly is on similarly aged tyres, but they're harder. You'd imagine that A-Lord would have the grip. And A-Lord is not using his energy just yet. He's used up too much of it, though. He's using it again, trying to make the move on Bubbly. But Bubbly, I think, has the speed on him. And he's also got the DRS as well. He's within a second of Pookie. Very nicely through the chicane there. Bubbly will have the DRS. At least he should. Indeed he will. And we'll see what sort of speed he can do down the main straight here. Little bit of weaving from Pookie, trying to break that stream, but his heart's not really in it. Oh, and he's gone a bit deep, but I think Pookie went a bit deep as well. A-Lord is now under threat from Isti, who is on much older rubber. And I think that's because Isti has a lot more energy to play with. And that's nicely around the outside. A-Lord, hang your head in shame. This is... Oh, Angel's had a crash. And we've got a full safety car.
Is this the safety car Grand Prix or something?
We've spent more laps under safety car than we have actually racing. I swear. This is absolutely ridiculous. So we've lost 5 drivers. All of them have crashed.
Actually, no. Tom,
I think.
and no, he did crash, didn't he? They have all crashed.
Irritating. Well, we're not going to get a lot of laps, I reckon. Because the game is going to have to resume the race. The game will not end the race under safety car at all. So it depends how long they... Oh, what are they... Both of the Hasses are stopping. For soft tyres. Oh, no. I don't know if that was smart. Ooh, that was weird. Well, a few drivers have gone onto soft tyres, so who knows? Maybe Shankstar is on for a race victory, but he's got to catch back up to the... Oh no, Lasso's sped in the pit lane. But yeah, he's got to catch up to the field, and then he's got to make his way through the field. And he is on the softest rubber available, so who knows? Maybe Shankstar is going to win this race. But he's got a lot of work to do. He's got to get through 8 cars. And none of them are going to want to give up their positions. Especially Goshen. So I reckon, with the way the game works, I think the race will get back underway on lap 26. 6, 7, 8, 9, or possibly 27 latest. But I reckon lap 26 is when the game is going to force the safety car to come back in. Or, you know, it should force the safety car to come back in. Who knows? Maybe it'll stay out and try and complete the race. Using your energy trying to catch up to the safety car. That's not something I would do. I'd save your energy. Oh, and he goes deep as well. So that's another reason why you shouldn't be doing that. Now you've just flat spotted your tyres and he's going straight back into the pits. Presumably for... What? Why are they coming back in? Why are they both coming in? What? Did they both lock up or something? Lagand has broken his front wing. Lasso is serving a penalty. I think. So there's no way those two are going to catch up to the safety car in time. The game is going to have to force the safety car to come in at some point. And I reckon it will be at the end of this lap.
Tense. Oh no! Pookie! What happened to Pookie? What? How's that happened to Pookie? And Isti has picked up a penalty. What the hell happened there? Isti's picked up a penalty. Did maybe Isti bump into Pookie? I don't know. But he's picked up a 5-second penalty for his troubles, and the safety car is not coming in. So I think the safety car is going to come in on lap 27 now. It has to come in before the end of the race. And who's coming in? Is that Isti? Yes, indeed it is. He's going to bolt on some new tyres and probably a new front wing. Someone else is coming in too. Miracuda as well. Yes, Isti's picked up a broken end plate there. And that serving that 5-second penalty. So that's Isti's race over. Isti will not be scoring points unless there's some sort of miracle on Elm Street or whatever. Oh! Goshan! It sounded almost like a 4-wheel lockup there. But now it's only 5 drivers ahead of Shankstar and Bubbly. The 2 Hasses could be in for a bit of an upset here. Goshan potentially has a penalty on the way. We don't know yet. But the 2 Hasses on very fresh rubber, though they're going to be a bit second-hand by now, as they've done 2 laps under the safety car. But they should be quite handy. They should be able to get past at least some of the drivers ahead. I imagine Quack and Big Six will be very easy to dispatch. Daniel as well, I imagine. We shall have to see what will Goshan be able to do. And the safety car is finally coming in. 7:28:29. We will have 3 laps of racing action. Only one of them will have any DRS. I don't know if that's gonna help at all. Goshan will lead the pack away for the final 3-lap sprint. What will the Haas boys be able to do? Are we in for a Haas 1-2? We shall see, as Goshan has gone for it, and he's caught A-Lord napping. Absolutely napping. And now it's the 2 Hasses. In fact, that's Quack trying to make a move on Big Six. There's a bit of side-by-side action, not just from Big Six and Quack, but also from the 2 Haas drivers and Bubbly actually getting past Shankstar. And now just ahead of Big Six. Oh, Shankstar's gonna have to hold off a bit there as the slower Mercedes is gonna hold him up a bit. Bubbly now ahead, not ahead, in behind. Oh, and that's actually Quack gone round. Quack has spun. Oh no, and Shankstar's spun too. I think Shankstar may have been caught up there. That's a disaster for the Haas boys. Bubbly, though, is going to be able to fly ahead now. But Daniel is now 2.3 seconds up the road. A-Lord, oh, this is... Goshan, to his credit, caught A-Lord absolutely napping there. And he's flying off into the distance. Bubbly has been able to make up the ground, and Shankstar's crashed. I think it's all gone wrong for Shankstar. He was in such a good position, and now he's not going to score anything. Bubbly, I don't think, is very fast down the straights. A-Lord now has been overtaken by Daniel. And at this rate, I don't think Goshan can really lose. I think he's going to cross the line in first place. But especially with these two squabbling over P2, Bubbly that's allowed Bubbly to catch up. I think Bubbly is in for P2 here, which could turn in to the race victory if Goshan gets a penalty. We won't have DRS until lap 29, the final lap of the race. It's all to play for here. Bubbly knows exactly what's at stake. He's going to use his energy, try and get past A-Lord. Will he be able to make a dive bomb into turn 9? No, not quite. The 4-lap-old soft tyres probably starting to feel a bit second-hand, but they should still have a lot more pace than the used mediums up in front. I don't think there's any catching Goshan now. It's up to Bubbly to see if he can get past, though he does have a penalty. I just noticed he's got a 3-second penalty, so I don't think Bubbly can actually get the podium here. Ah, that's irritating. Oh, and he goes deep anyway, so that's not going to help his cause. He's going to fight for the podium anyway. DRS does get enabled. But Bubbly has lost a bit too much time to Daniel in front. I don't think he's going to be able to make it. I think he'll do P3 on the road. Meanwhile, Big 6 on these old hard tyres is now under threat from Biscuit. And he's used up a lot of his energy. Everyone's used up all of their energy here. Reese into the points at least, so he will get a point at least. And Shankstar does have a broken wing, so that's gone horrifically wrong for Shankstar. Bubbly is within the DRS, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He's certainly not going to finish on the podium here. A-Lord is too close. Unless A-Lord makes a mistake, he still has to lose another 1.5 seconds. It could be done, but I don't know. It could well happen. The gap is climbing. And we know what A-Lord's exits on this corner have been like. Lots of wheel spin. That's helping Bubbly's cause, but I don't think it's going to help enough. He's used up all of his energy. And Daniel still has enough. Bubbly, it was a very good try. Oh no, and he's pushing the Ferrari. I think he left it off there as well. He's going to have to settle for P3 on the road, which is an amazing drive. Goshan will take victory. Bubbly is now down to 5th place with that penalty. Lasso finds himself in P4. A-Lord holds on to P3. But depending on a pending penalty, potentially, whilst Goshan has won for now, it could be a victory for Daniel.
I'm going to need clarification on that, though.
So the chat is sure that Daniel has won here.
But we need clarification. We need to clear things up pretty quickly. I'll try and do that on stream, but for all I know, it could take days. So, For now, though, the podium is going to consist of Goshan on the top step. But we'll have to see how things go. He could be in for a penalty here.
And that would put him, if he gets a 5-second penalty, that would put him P3. So he would still be on the podium, which is kind of unfortunate for Lasso there. He's put in a really good race there. He started P8, didn't have a particularly good middle section of the race, but he's managed to capitalise on mistakes made by others, and now he's up into P4.